Well, good morning. One of the viewers of our 1 month review of our Model Y asked me what accessories I had, and I replied, well, I just got a couple of them, and then I started thinking through it, and no, I've got more than a couple. So I thought I'd share these with you in case any of you find them helpful. I've bought all these. I've tried most of them. I'll put the links below. And I hope if you find this video useful, you'll subscribe. I'm doing some other interesting videos that I'm really looking forward to. We're looking at autopilot in depth and testing all the features. We had it out the other day, testing the Summon and Park. And I'm also preparing to get FSD Beta, and I'm going to look at it in a way I don't think anybody else has. So if you like this video or you want to see the future stuff, I hope you'll subscribe and like. In any case, without any further ado, here are the accessories I've gotten so far.
The first one we've got is, well, actually, probably before this, is I had to put in an NEMA 1450. So that's this whole contraption up here. In order to use the free charger at the time, the $200 charger now, you need something to organize your cable. This thing's worked really well. It was easy to install, and it keeps the cord where it does. And because of this bracket, it keeps the tension off this cord up here too. I knew where the studs were in my wall, so it was easy for me. I'm not sure how the wall anchors would work, as I didn't use them, but it was easy and it's worked fine, and it has tons of reviews on Amazon. Your car will need a set of these. You can't just put a jack under the car, so there are 4 holes that you put these things in, and then you put the jack on these. I've had to use these once. Worked like a champ. Went in easy, came out easy, and worked just fine. Doesn't come with spare tires, you probably know, so I bought a compressor. I like this one because I can set the desired PSI, and it goes up to it and shuts it off. I haven't used it in the field, but I did test it out, and the PSI feature seems to work fine. The next one is Fix-A-Flat. I carry along for the same reason. I've heard that this will ruin your tires if you use it, so I did have a flat tire, but it was in my garage, so I could take the tire off and take it to a store, and that's what I did. I think they plugged it. I took it to Discount Tire, and I was expecting an inside patch, but they did it really quick, and it looks like it was done with a plug, so I'm going to buy myself one of these. I had one laying around, but this is a nicer unit. Has replacement parts and a pair of pliers to yank things out and a couple extra things. So I haven't used this yet, but I'm probably going to get one of these and replace my old Harbor Freight plug system with one of those. Of course, you need a screen protector. I don't know if you need one, but I thought I needed one. I got the matte one. This thing went on like a piece of cake, which is why I bought it, because I can never get screen protectors on straight, but because of these, edges down here, it just sits on top of the screen. You slide this back and forth, and I have a vague recollection that when I put it on, I thought I'd have bubbles later, but I didn't. So it's worked really well. And of course, I got floor mats. I've got the Max Piter 3Ds, and they've been great. They've got a good lip on them. They've got a nice texture on the bottom that doesn't let them slip around. They fit in there perfectly, and they're very durable and easy to clean. We also got ourselves one of those organizers for the center console. This should be an OEM thing. These things are great. It just, holds like your sunglasses and small thing, and it easily pushes out of the way so that you can get to the stuff below it. We bought a key fob. If you if you do, you need and want to hook it to a keychain, you need something to do that. This is what we chose. It's worked fine. The USB outports in the Tesla are USB-C, and all our cables at home were the normal USB outlets, so I bought these so that I could plug them in and use them as adapters. They've worked fine. Oh, this little gem. I was worried about this, that it wouldn't last long because it's rechargeable, and I do wish it had a 12-volt cord so you could plug it in and use it as long as you wanted, but I have a little 19-foot ski boat that was pretty dirty, and it has that ski carpet in it, and I used this thing, and it cleaned up that whole boat and still had a charge left over. And the stuff was pretty well crudded in. It had sat out all winter under tarp, but there was crud in the carpet, and it cleaned up that whole 19-foot boat. I've just used it once or twice in the car, and the car didn't put it to near as challenge. But yeah, I was impressed with this thing. I actually wrote a good review on Amazon. I don't do that very often. If you saw my 1-month review video, you realize that I scratched the clear coat with some microfine scratches by using a dry paper towel on it. You will want to have microfiber towels for washing and waxing. Anytime you touch the paint, you're going to want microfiber, probably on the interior too. I use this as a surface on the car because it had great reviews. The car looks magnificent, I think. It goes on different than I'm used to. I'm used to the old wax that you put on and it dries and you buff off. Well, you do put this on, but you put it on very light. I think it's like 2 sprays per panel, and you don't let it sit long. And then you come back and wipe it off, and it's not so much wiping off as it is kind of smearing in. I don't know how to describe it. Those of you who've used these sorts of products know what I'm talking about. But like I say, it's worked fine, and the car looks beautiful. These things, I laughed, and my family laughed even harder when they came. They're going, "What were you thinking?" I should mention that one of the reasons I have more things than I remember is because every time that Tesla pushed out my delivery date, I would buy a little something that would make me feel better. So make me anticipate my car a bit more. So I got these things, and when we got them, they're not huge. You know, for some reason I was thinking they'd be like big old Slurpee cups or something. They're just, you know, normal size. I was going, well, what kind of trash are you going to put in there? But in reality, it turns out that you don't need a big trash can, I've found. Usually, like if you go through a drive-thru or something, you just throw all the trash in that and then get rid of it when you're gone. This is good for the little things like Kleenexes and receipts and just those little things you want to get rid of. And they come with plastic bags to go inside, 30 of them, which is great. And I haven't had to empty it once in the 3 months I've had it. It is full now, as you can see, but no, I've been pretty pleased with this thing, and it tucks in nicely in front of the door. It doesn't look great because it tilts, but who cares? Nobody sees it but your knee. So no, my family still laughs at it, but I've used this quite a bit, and I like it now. Next one, this is just a plug that allowed me to plug into my son's house. It won't be applicable to most of you, but he had a welder's plug in his garage, and when we went to visit, I needed to get this in order to do with him. But my last one is, and probably my favorite, and you guys are going to laugh at me, but is when I got this car, I bought a nice phone to do my YouTube stuff. I got the Pixel 5a, which has a fantastic camera on it, but it doesn't have wireless charging, and it irritated me that my daughter's 5-year-old iPhone had it, and that I had the capability here and it didn't work. So I was going, you know, somebody should make something that you can turn a normal phone into a wireless charging phone, and here it is. I bought this little sucker for next to nothing, and it's worked like a champ. I put it on a little loose in the back so that I could get the plug at the bottom in and out to transfer data, because I need to transfer my videos and pictures to my computer. Otherwise, I could probably just buy a wireless charger for my house and never have to pull that plug out. But I left a little slack in there. And it even fits inside my OtterBox phone cover. I did have to make a little adjustment to the USB opening in order to remove the plug, but it fit fine. But this is my favorite thing. It gives me a little chuckle when I can lay my phone up there and get it wireless charged now instead of dragging out cables and plugging them in everywhere like I used to have to do. And it's worked just fine so far.
Well, that about does it. Nothing too exotic, but maybe you'll find something here that you can buy if Tesla decides to push out your delivery date. It'll ease the pain a little bit. Thanks again for watching. If you like, I hope you'll subscribe and like the video. And until we meet again, happy travels.